Capitalism and modernity. Once the nation-states in Europe were consolidated, the changes in that continent in the last decades of the 18th century led to a new world scenario that was fundamentally economic with implications in the political and social spheres. While it is true that the capitalist system emerged in the 15th century with the process that Marx called of original accumulation, it was not until the first industrial revolution that the capitalist economic system acquired the features that now characterize it, well described by Max Weber in The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism. The changes were vertiginous. The population grew exponentially, the inhabitants of the rural communities migrated to the metropolis in search of better living conditions, and the industries with different technological capacities supplanted the workshops. Among the ideological currents created in that period, the Luddites, the Chartists, and the Marxist ones stand out, which were translated into a popular movement that expressed the agitation of the working class. Marx and its criticism to capitalism. Karl Marx, who in his work *The Capital* characterized this system and the ruling class thereof, and described the way rural expropriation, the implementation of legislation that was against expropriation, and the impact of the industrialization process on the agricultural sector occurred. Social polarization between bourgeois and proletarians was an inescapable fact inherent in the nascent capitalist system, which implied profound changes in economic relations and modes of production. The invention of sociology. The revolutionary explosion of 1789 and the failed Napoleonic attempts to impose a new imperial order in Europe contributed to foster a strong sense of uneasiness and a crisis among Europeans. Philosophers, writers, and artists felt the need to reorganize European societies at a time when man was conceived as a historical being capable of unlimited progress. Hence, the philosophy of the early 19th century showed a social, political, and moral concern. Few, such as the French philosopher Auguste Comte, realized the state of crisis of his time and raised the need to promote human progress through the application of science, specifically social physics, a scientific discipline responsible for the study of society from a methodology derived from the exact science. One of the most outstanding works of this thinker is Course of Positive Philosophy, in which he conceived science as a being in constant progress, whose application leads to the happiness of the human being. Thus, Comte is considered one of the creators of sociology as a scientific academic discipline, whose formulations were based on the scientific analysis of modern capitalist society.